Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Today's lesson is about interrogative pronouns. Please take writing couch and open page 12. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify, understand, and use interrogative pronouns. So I would like you to use the KWL chart to write what you already know and what you want to know about interrogative pronouns. And finally, when we finish the lesson, I would like you to write what you've learned from this lesson. So, an interrogative pronoun is used to begin a question. So we use an interrogative pronoun to start questions or to write questions, okay, to begin a question. The 5 interrogative pronouns are what, that we use to ask for information, which we ask usually for choice, like what and which. The only difference between the two is that what, there is a wide range of possibilities, whereas which, there is a limited, a restricted range of possibilities when we are asking using the two. And usually with which there are the possibilities in mind of the speaker or of the one who's gonna answer the question. So then we have who. We use it to ask for people, and it is used as a subject, and whom also to ask for people, but in this case it's used as an object. And another thing is worth mentioning is that whom is more formal than who. It's used in more formal situation. Then we have whose, the last one, whose. We use it when we are talking about possessions. Who is possessing something? Something belongs to whom, for example, or to what? To show our ownership, in other words. So the first exercise or practice A, identifying interrogative pronouns. What we have to do to read each sentence and find the interrogative pronoun. If you forget them, just move back to the slide, or take them, they are there. Write them on a piece of paper or sticky notes, then you can use them to do the exercise. I believe it's quite easy for you. For example, whom did you see at the picnic? The answer is whom. Whom is the interrogative pronoun. Number 1, what is the state bird of Texas? The answer is what. Number 2, which car is crying? The answer is which, of course. Usually you find them at the beginning of the sentences, usually because with them we start the questions. Who wrote? Yes, it's who, asking for the person. Wuthering Heights, and we have about whom. And another thing about whom, as I told you before, we use it to ask for people, and it is formal than who. And when we use a preposition before whom, it is even more formal. About whom is that biography, right? Whose story was chosen? It's whose. What is Pearl Harbor Day? And we have finally who discovered. So who, we are asking for the person, is the interrogative pronoun. So I will leave from number 8 to 10 as homework. Do it, take a picture and send it to me via Teams. Practice B, writing interrogative pronouns. We have to read each sentence, then fill in the blank with the appropriate interrogative pronoun. All right, to do this exercise, you should make sure that you know the meaning of each interrogative pronoun and how they work. So you can stop the video, move back to the first slide in which I was presenting each interrogative pronoun and providing their meanings. Take notes about the meanings of each interrogative pronoun. For example, who, it's less formal than whom, and we use it to talk about people. and it is used as a subject. For example, you take note of each one of them, then come back to this practice, try to do it first yourself, see whether you can do it, whether you understand something from the presentation. Then you can continue watching the video in which I'm going to reveal the answers and see whether you've got the same answers or not. All right, so let's do the number. Okay, we have an example here. Idea was it to go hiking in a storm? The answer is whose. Whose idea was it? I'm asking about the person who said this idea. This idea belongs to whom? Okay, because whose shows ownership, possession. That's why it is the right answer. Number one is the northernmost city in the United States. So here I'm asking about a piece of information, and it doesn't have like a limited range of possibilities to say which, but it is a large range of possibilities. That's why we have to use what. All right, number two, told you there was no school today. So here I believe it's clear, since we have the act of telling, so here we are talking about a person, therefore we have to say who told you about no school today, that told you there was no school today. Number three, for are you waiting? So here for whom, I would say are you waiting. Also we can say for what are you waiting. There are actually here two possibilities. I would also argue to use what. Both of them make sense. I'm waiting for the bus. I'm waiting for the train. That's if I'm going to opt for what. If I used whom, I'm going to say I'm waiting for Abdullah. I'm waiting for John. All right, so for whom are you waiting? But don't worry, when it comes to quizzes or exams, we will not, or I will not put something like that have something that has got more than one possibility. All right, so I will be limited to something very specific, so don't worry about that. But in this case, there are two possibilities, so I have to mention them both. Okay, number four. Do you like better blueberries or strawberries? So here we are not talking about people. Definitely we are not talking about position, ownership. Definitely we are talking about a non-human information. We are looking for information, and with specific or limited range of possibilities. In other words, there is a choice here. And since we are talking about choice, the word that we use is which. Which do you like better, blueberries or strawberries? We have only two possibilities. So this one is direct. It's very easy to tell that it is which. Okay, is a coral reef. Okay, so what is a coral reef? I don't know. What is it? Asking for information in general. Number six, faces are carved into Mount Rushmore. So I would like to know those faces they belong to whom. So I'm going to say whose faces they belong to whom. Whose faces are carved into Mount Rushmore. Then we have number seven. Is that the boy Lacey mentioned? Is that the boy Lacey mentioned? So here I'm talking about a person, therefore I will use whom. Is that the boy whom? I cannot use here who. If it is in an informal context, yes, but here we are not. So it is whom. Also it is whom we use it as an object of the verb. All right, so is that the boy whom Lacey mentioned? Yes, that's him. The answer would be him, object pronoun, not subject pronoun. All right, so I will leave those three for you to try to do them yourself. When you do, please take a clear picture and send it to me via Teams. I hope that you've learned something today. Make sure you go back to the KWL chart and you complete the L that stands for learned, what you've learned, and you write everything you've learned there. If you believe that some of your questions in the want to know haven't been answered, or something you want to learn and you didn't, please ask me the question. I would be more happy to support you and help you. Take good care of yourselves, guys, and see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.